I do, so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move, so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks. This is
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about sprinting. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Go. Good evening and welcome to Snohomish High School, home of the Panthers. It is district tournament time. That's right, we're up and running tonight. Girls basketball featuring the Oak Harbor Wildcats and the Snohomish Panthers on STSPN.com. Presenting sponsor Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1954. Also Army and Navy, G&S Heating, Cooling, and Air Conditioning on board. Airfield Espresso, Gene Johnson Plumbing, Bickford Ford right here in Snohomish, McDaniels Do-It Center right here in Snohomish, American Family Insurance, Sally Petty Agency over in Monroe, and Adrenaline Fundraising. Thanks to all our sponsors, and thank you for tuning in to STSPN.com. As tonight, we have the Panthers and their visiting team coming in, the Oak Harbor Wildcats. I want to get right to the starting lineups. First of all, for Oak Harbor, starting as a 6'3" post sophomore, good-sized player in there, Gianna Alcaraz Carter. Also starting as a 6-foot post wing junior, A.J. White. They have a 5'6" senior wing in Michaela Smith-Day, 5'7" sophomore guard Lily Grubbs, and rounding out the lineup for Oak Harbor, 5'7" freshman guard, that is Suki Warden. The head coach in his third year is Eric Collins, with assistant coaches Kelsey Rankin, Scott Fox, and Courtney Adame. Now, here's the starting lineup for the home team here tonight at Snohomish High School, the Panthers. Starting as a 5'8" sophomore guard, Bayla Stitch. Also starting a 5'8" freshman guard, Sienna Capelli. Starting as a 5'4" senior guard, Jada Anderson. 6-foot forward, sophomore, Tyler Gildersleeve Stiles. And rounding their lineup out is a 5'7" freshman guard, Kendall Hammer. The Panthers head coach, and he's been at it over 2 decades, Mr. Ken Roberts, says we are ready to do some playoff action. Thanks, Todd, for giving me the leadoff game. I know that Tall Tom and I are going to get an opportunity to do a lot of games throughout the month of February, and we are both really looking forward to it. We'll take a break now and then be back with more here on STSPN.com.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Welcome back. Here we are. Here they are, the band. You see them across the way. And it is excitement time here at Snohomish High School, home of the Panthers. Once again, girls basketball on STSPN.com. Mark Aucutt along with Todd Elvig as we bring you the action. Our officials for tonight's game, some familiar names in there: Pat Kaminsky, Mike McFadden, and Jeff Sadaris. As we really enjoy seeing these guys as well, or ladies, when they're out there officiating. And back here at Snohomish, which is always a comfort zone for us, as we've done a lot of games here through the years. And the Panthers taking the court. They've got their white uniforms on with their red numbers and trim a little black in there on the Panther logo. For Oak Harbor, they've got the purple and gold and white, very similar to what you'd see at the University of Washington in the color scheme. And so these two teams are getting ready to tip off. Snohomish will go left to right, Oak Harbor the opposite, right to left. And Mr. Elvig, I believe we are ready to get started for this one.
Love that.
Yeah, it's just so much fun as it builds up in January into early February, and then we get things going with the postseason here in February. February Frenzy is what we're calling it, like to call it, right into March Madness. Down low underneath, Snohomish trying something there, and she can't quite squeeze the trigger on it. And then on the follow-up on the pass outside, it is Bayla Stitch with the basket. And Snohomish almost running, well, no, actually the clock going off. I think we had that happen here before, where the 30-second shot clock starts going off on its own, because time-wise, I don't think we've gone down that far, although they're adjusting the clock right now. So we'll just kind of work around that at the moment and get set for what's coming up here tonight in this great matchup between Snohomish and Oak Harbor. And there are several games taking place tonight for the 4A and 3A girls basketball. Just looking around tonight for 3A in the District 1 3A girls basketball tournament. That would be Shorewood at Ferndale, also Monroe at Mount Lake Terrace. All these games starting the same time as ours. Shorecrest at Meadowdale, and our game Oak Harbor at Snohomish. On the 4A side, tonight you've got North Creek at Kamiak, and also Mount Si at Inglemore, as that incorporates the KingCo Conference on the 4A side. Boys tomorrow night with the STSPN.com, we are going to be at Everett High School, the Pit, and Mike Ladeau, who's joined me several times this year, will also be joining me on air for that one as well. So they're kind of looking up here. Todd, why don't we take a quick break? I think they're trying to say that somehow you're connected to what's going on, and
Mark, that's only output.
We'll be right back with a break. Let's take a break right now.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back, and you know that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
Here on the team, you know, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boat.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
Okay, we're back live as they had to bring in a new sport control board operating device from our good friends at Daktronics, flown in just like that from South Dakota at the corporate headquarters. They got it all installed and able to go here. So we're up and running. It's 2-0 Snohomish, 7:19 to go first quarter. Now watch Snohomish to put that strong defense on, not getting rebounding position on that one. That one's too high off the board. And the rebound is pulled down by Tyler Gildersleeve Steins. That's good. So 4-0 lead for Snohomish. Excellent play so far by the Panthers, just setting a tone. That's going to come high. Great positioning again by Tyler Gildersleeve Steins. And here comes Snohomish, going to slow up the offense a little bit. 6:45 to go, and you're all set up with the Daktronics there, right?
Yep.
They were trying to point the finger up here like somehow you had something to do with that. No.
Yeah, no,
out of bounds.
We're plugged into an output. There's no way that we're just...
There's no way you're messing with it. Snohomish will have the basketball out of bounds. 15 on the shot clock, 6:37 on the quarter clock. Mark Aucutt, Todd Elvig bringing you the action from Snohomish High School. That off the front part of the rim there, and now scramble. Snohomish known for moving the ball really well with the passes in the air, not on the ground. That's the way to go. Those bounce passes can get dangerous. One of the things you learn early on in your education of the great game of basketball. Keep it in the air. That's a turnover. O'Carber throwing it away. Here comes Snohomish up 4-0. Look at this. Oh, nice hand in there to block it. And the Wildcats chasing it down, so is Snohomish. Who's going to get this? There you go. Pat Kaminsky says he'd stay in with the Panthers. First quarter action, 6:03 to go. Again, thanks to Les Schwab, our presenting sponsor here on STSPN.com. And the second season beginning 1 minute and 57 seconds ago here. You go through this, and then really you get to that final third season, which is the state tournament, where every team wants to be March 1st through the 4th, our own version of March Madness. That goes out of bounds. Last touch by Snohomish, and O'Carber will have the ball, still trying to get on the scoreboard. Panthers come in 10-5 in Wesco play. That's what they went. 13-7 overall, and Ken Roberts, their head coach, will be the first to tell you that in the early part of the season, in fact, he did tell me this earlier on, that basket is good by Suki Warden to get O'Carber on the scoreboard. 4-2 Panthers as they'll bring it out of backcourt. Now watch to see how their passing game goes here as they move it around. This is a usually very well-drilled team. O'Carber putting some good defense on right there. Snohomish has had a couple of side shots, one from the right, one from the left, and they just haven't got them to fall yet. O'Carber coming out of backcourt, opportunity to tie or take the lead here in the early part of the game. We got a timeout that has been called by the head coach for O'Carber in his third year, Eric Collins. We'll take a timeout as well. 5:04 left to go in the first quarter. This is STSPN.com.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
All right, folks, we're back here at Snohomish High School. O'Carber got in a jam, and their head coach, Eric Collins, called a timeout, so there wouldn't be a problem there with turning it over or something to that like. O'Carber now will inbound across court from us right by the band. In their purple uniforms, there they go. That's a dangerous pass, and they throw it away. Picked off by the Panthers, and early on, you definitely noticed the presence of Tyler Gildersleeve Steins. She's already with the rebounding and that interception making a difference down there. Oh, miss inside. The coach's nightmare. Way outside. Yeah, they've missed about 3 outside from a pretty fair distance. Snohomish will get it back. O'Carber tried to save it from going out of bounds. And now the Panthers, going to be a 3-pointer right there. Another one rims out. Those will start evening out as the game goes on. But if Snohomish would have hit a couple, they'd be up by about 6 or 7 right now. Aucutt working it into front court. Tight defense, number 13 on number 13, and forces a shot. Panthers will get a hold of it and come out of the backcourt once again. Strong drive into front court. Now here comes that ball movement as they go from the middle to the left, back to the middle, over to the right, and just knowing where each other are. That's a perfect example of knowing where your teammate is, and the basket is good by Tyler Gildersleeve Steins. Probably my favorite name in Wesco. You've also got her sister, Brooklyn Gildersleeve Steins. Steele, good job down there. Good defense, too, by Aucutt. Let's mention that girl's name right there. That is A.J. White, who is matched up really well with Sienna Capelli, and it will be Snohomish ball. 3 turnovers now for Aucutt. None for Snohomish. There's an outside shot that's way off the mark. Gildersleeve Steins misses on that one, and here come the Wildcats out of backcourt. That one is going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Snohomish. So looking at the numbers for Snohomish, overall, again, 13-7. They average 51 points per game overall, average giving up 41.7 for a plus margin of 9.7. All right, Aucutt inbounding. Snohomish up 6-2. That one's going out of bounds. Last touched by the Panthers. So Panthers have had a 4-point lead twice at 4-0 and now 6-2. Just one bucket for Aucutt so far in the game. Good defense by the Snohomish. Now a double team. Well, if that goes in, that would be a heck of a shot. But a rebound pulled down by Catherine Green. Green coming off the bench. That's going to be a dribbling violation and turn it over to Aucutt. So we're still seeing where the teams are trying to get into a good rhythm. Also in now senior Grace O'Donnell for Aucutt. Look out for her to be a presence down low as she goes inside right away. Inbound pass. That was nice over the head of the Snohomish player. But on the air ball, Tyler Gildersleeve Steins is going to get it. And then the outlet pass. Here comes Snohomish out of backcourt. Up by the 4 over on the right side. No. Snohomish having a hard time making the basket. There's another example of it. 2 pops at it by Catherine Green, and she could not get it to fall. Now Aucutt out of backcourt, less than 3 to go in the first quarter. That worked out well inside. Grace O'Donnell coming through with the hoop, and it's a 2-point game. Low scoring so far with 2:46 to go in the first quarter here at Snohomish on STSPN.com. Well, Snohomish threw it right into traffic right there. Couple of turnovers for the Panthers right now as Aucutt will come out of backcourt trying to tie or take the lead. Well, managed to get it to a team. Yeah, it was. She was going down like the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Hey.
That's going to be Snohomish ball. 4th turnover for Aucutt. Aucutt is going to make another substitution. Starter coming back in. This time it's Lily Grubbs for another starter, Suki Warden. And the Panthers will inbound once again. Now Snohomish 10-5 in Wesco 3A conference play, averaging 52.2 points per game in conference, a little bit above what they're averaging in overall. Thrown away. Now the Panthers starting to stack up some turnovers. Aucutt will come out of backcourt. Both teams just need to get in their rhythm, settle down a little bit. Just relax, go out and play ball. Did a good job getting a hold of it. And we got our first foul of the game. That's going to go against Snohomish. And it should be 2 shots. The foul is going to be on Catherine Green, her first. And at the foul line with 2 shots, A.J. White for Aucutt.
4K tonight there, Mark.
4K. Well, yeah, that looks fantastic. Well done, sir. There's the first one going in. Game could be tied for the first time if she makes this one. Snohomish has led throughout this first quarter, 6 minutes and 3 seconds into the contest. And so far, it is a contest, and it's not a wide-open lead. At this point now, it's tied. All right. Brand new game, 6-6 the score as the Panthers will come out of backcourt. Leading the offense is Sienna Capelli. There's Snohomish moving that ball around really well. But Aucutt's coming up tight on defense, which is preventing the Panthers from being able to get a shot off. Underneath, Green, there's a foul. No doubt about that. That'll be Oak Harbor's first foul. Oh, wait a minute. Offensive. I want to double check this. Is that what he called?
Well, they're handing it to Oak Harbor.
Well, I don't see a foul indication, though. What? Just out of bounds? Okay. I thought there was a hack in there somewhere. Oak Harbor out of backcourt, splitting the defenders in front court now, and that one's going to rattle out of there. There is Tyler again getting the rebound. She's been a factor big time in this first quarter. That really benefits Snohomish. Outside shot. Finally they get that three-pointer. Cora Larson for three from Tyler Gildersleeve Steins, and the Panthers up 9-6. So they have not relinquished the lead as of yet, coming up on 1 minute exactly to go. First quarter action at the home of the Panthers. Good anticipation by Gildersleeve Steins coming out of backcourt. Oak Harbor turning it over for the fourth time. That one's way off. Kind of rushed that shot, needed to take a little bit more time. And Oak Harbor now coming out of backcourt. There's another steal. Now this should be easy money if she focuses. Andreessen, yeah, didn't make the basket, but gets fouled. So that is definitely going to be a foul against Oak Harbor with 38.8 seconds to go. A.J. White called for the foul, her first. Each team has one team foul, and heading to the foul line will be Jada Andreessen. Averages 14 points per game. Chance to get Snohomish's lead up to their biggest at 5 points. If she makes this next one, that'll happen. 3 substitutions coming in for Oak Harbor. Gianna Alcaraz-Carter is one of them, as well as Lauren Mars, who makes her game debut. Take your time with those foul shots. And she does. So the Panthers up by a score of 11-6. This is their biggest lead of the game. Previously had been 4. Grabbing foul, that's going to go against Snohomish. It'll be their second foul. Foul is going to go against Tyler Gildersleeve Steins, her first. No shots, just out of bounds. Shot clock is off. Under 30 seconds to go here in the quarter. As you see on your screen, that's going to probably go out of bounds.
That's going to be a...
How does she get to that without stepping out of bounds? Anyway, Oak Harbor gets control of it. Under 20 to go in the quarter. Drive in. Good defense shutting her off. And, again, Tyler Gildersleeve Steins gets the rebound. Snohomish in the front court. You don't have to rush here. You got time. See, they rushed. You got to slow it down. They had like 9 seconds on the clock. You got to take your time. At the buzzer, that's going to miss. And we are through one quarter here at Snohomish High School. And our score is Snohomish 11, Oak Harbor 6 on STSPN.com. I got it. I'm running down real quick to get a basket.
We're not here to take part. We're here to take over. I am the beast.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Welcome back to Snohomish High School. I'm Mark Aucutt with Todd Elvig. We begin the second quarter of play, and Snohomish is leading 11-6 against Oak Harbor. Break down some scoring for you here shortly. Oak Harbor trying to work a shot inside in the paint there, and don't connect. A couple of misses. Looks like we have a foul. I think that's going to be an over in the back call. It looks like it. That's what it would be. It is. Foul is on Gianna Alcaraz-Carter, her first. Team foul number 2. Each team with 2 team fouls. You know, before we came back, I saw a great ad for McDaniel's Do-It Center, a charter sponsor for ESPN for 13 years. You look at that ad, and that place is just loaded with great stuff.
Oh, man.
How does one get in and out of there without spending a couple $100?
Well, that's the problem. You have to kind of go in there with
you
blinders
got a budget. Steele now, the Panthers and Oak Harbor have each turned the ball over 5 times here in this one. Early in the second quarter. Batted around. They keep tossing that up and just way off the mark. I mean, Oak Harbor could definitely have 6 to 8 more points inside, but they keep missing that inside layup, which is a major peeve with me, not just with Oak Harbor, but any team that just, you don't have to force it. You don't have to move it that quick. Know where the basket is. And she did. Cora Larson coming through, connects on the basket. So Larson now has hit a couple of three-pointers, and it is 14-6. Snohomish with their biggest lead of the game. Drive in, that's going to be off, and good follow-up. Gianna Alcaraz-Carter coming through with her first 2 points of the game. Oak Harbor has 4 different scorers in this game. Also, Todd, I noticed that you have one of our favorite beverages to your right over there. What would that happen to be?
Oh, yeah. Parachute punch.
Look at her. Look at Cora Larson with another three-pointer. Lighting it up with 9 points from three-point land. Those are great-looking shots off that left side. Larson's just a sophomore. Snohomish is a young team. And that definitely looks good for this year, the rest of the way, and moving forward in the next couple of years. What we got here? Traveling. Oak Harbor called for traveling. Substitution for the Wildcats into the game. Haiti Hurtado. We got a timeout on the floor. 5:59 to go, second quarter, and Snohomish up by 9, 17-8. We'll be back with more here on your worldwide home for high school sports, STSPN.com. Welcome back to Live Action Worldwide here at STSPN.com. We'll get a quality control report from the Magnolia Quality Control Center coming up here in a little while. Oh, she had to really squeeze that one in, but it works. Snohomish up now 19-8, an 11-point lead. Biggest lead of the game. Oak Harbor has not led this game. This game has been tied once at 6 apiece. There's your story through coming up on 3 minutes worth of basketball here in the second quarter. Looks like a held ball. Who's got it? Snohomish. Alternating possession arrow goes to the Panthers. So for Oak Harbor, they come into this game in conference play at 7-8. Overall, 11-9. Not a bad season right there. Snohomish 13-7 and overall. Oak Harbor 11-9. Look at that pass. Great entry pass, and Tyler Gildersleeve Steins comes up with the basket. She now has 6 points in the game. Just been fantastic throughout this. Do you know if we've given her a T-shirt yet this year, Todd?
I would have to look.
Okay, look at the file there.
Yeah, we've only given out like 45 shirts. So.
Yeah. Well, we try to look at her. She's got 6 or 7 boards by now.
She should look
just
behind
a
her.
Force it out there on both ends of the basketball court. That's a good shot. She didn't hit it, but that's a good look. You want to take that shot. They're not always going to fall, but you like to know you took your best aim at it, and that's exactly what Cora Larson did right there. Look at that. Great hands in there by the Panthers. Oak Harbor turning it over for the 8th time with 4:27 to go in the second quarter. These games fly, especially when you come out of football season. And those games tend to be longer, although that playoff game we did between Glacier Peak and Woodinville, one of the fastest games I've ever. Oh, how did that get out of there? Out of bounds, Oak Harbor ball. That was one of the fastest games I've ever announced in football in my career. Bayla Stitch is back in, averaging 5 points per game for the Snohomish Panthers. So Oak Harbor averages 42.1 points per game offensively. Averages giving up, now this is in conference play, averages giving up 46.5 for a minus 4.5. 4 minutes exactly as you see it on your screen, and Oak Harbor with the basketball. Nice dribble drive down there on the left side, but the defense strong and the rebound pulled down by Jada Andreessen. Here comes Snohomish out of backcourt, up by 13 at 21-8. Panthers are in command on their home hardwood. Good. I love that passing. That's something we can always count on from Snohomish. Look at Tyler Gildersleeve-Steins right there on the broken play. She's got 6 in the quarter and a total of 8 in the game, and the Panthers have it up to 23-8. And something that Ken Roberts and I have talked about many times through the years with Snohomish, and we were out here at the very end of November when things were just getting started. We did a boys-girl doubleheader, and talking to him then, he said, well, Snohomish wasn't off to a really quick or good start, but we know traditionally 2 shots are coming up right here that, yeah, they take a little time because a lot of the athletes are not just one-sport athletes. That foul is going to be on Bayla Stitch, her first third team foul, 2 team fouls for Oak Harbor, and 2 shots coming up for Haiti Hurtado. Spelled like Heidi, but they pronounce it Haiti. Unlike Todd's, who's spelled like Todd, and it's pronounced Todd.
Yeah.
Mark and Mark, okay? But sometimes it's just the language might pronounce it a little bit differently. It's always, I always go down and get the pronouncers just in case. You want to be respectful to the player. Okay, so she's able to connect there. Hits them both. Oak Harbor is 4 for 4 from the line. Snohomish is 2 for 2. Now Snohomish, while not wanting to get complacent, can take a little time to work for the right shot here. Up by 13 and the quarter clock down to 2:45. That's a bit off the mark. Came off the backside as Oak Harbor will get the rebound. And here come the Wildcats out of backcourt. Now, oh, great hands. Great hands. Look at this. Now, again, go with your left hand and lay it up soft. Use that square. You don't have to throw it up so high. Oak Harbor now the other direction. 2:20 to go in the second quarter. Through the course of the year, you really get to see a lot of different shots fired up and what works and what doesn't work. And the things you're taught fundamentally early on is, and John Wooden, and I'm a disciple of the great legendary coach, is the backboard's there for a reason. Use it. Traveling. And use it right. Each team with 8 turnovers now. For Oak Harbor, they average overall 44.2 points per game, and they're in the plus category because they've allowed 43.2 points per game for a plus of 1.1. So really, Oak Harbor has been in a lot of low-scoring games. And when you're in the 40s like that, overall and in conference, it's down pretty low. So Snohomish is doing a good job of having their offense cranked up pretty well. But still, where we're at right now, depending on how many points the Panthers score, we're still on a high 40-point pace game. They're running out of time here. 3 seconds on the shot clock. You got to always know about that, too. Yeah, she fires one way off. And Snohomish gets the rebound. They got the rebound before the shot clock had expired. So there we go. Or as it expired, so they didn't shut it down. Snohomish working it. Boom.
Wow.
That was fantastic. Kendall Hammer connecting for 3. Snohomish has it up to a 16-point lead, 26-10, and 1:03 to go here in the second quarter. Snohomish holding court on their home court as we're under a minute now to go, Todd. Tomorrow night, boys basketball. Snohomish with another pick right there. 9 turnovers for Oak Harbor. The 2 teams have combined for 17 turnovers in this game. Far left, Cora Larson's had the hot hand. Ooh, out of bounds. So tomorrow night we'll be on at 7 o'clock. Boys and that will feature the Snohomish Panther boys at the Everett Siegel boys. Another one of our favorite gyms to set up. Todd literally can basically throw his stuff onto the scorer's table there, the TV table from his truck. It is so close.
That is exactly right.
I love that arrangement. And it's so fun to watch there, too, with the way they have it, the pit. Ooh, I thought that might have a chance. Snohomish ends up with the ball. Now you got 20 seconds on the clock when you get the ball. They need to take their time, work for the right shot, and don't force it. That's right, pass it around. Okay, 10 seconds now. You get to 6 or 7 where they're closing in. You've got to look at taking a shot. Okay, now's time. Better fire it right there. Well, didn't make the shot, but the ball movement was strong and the shot attempt was a good shot. All right, we are through 2 periods of play, 2 quarters, and in that quarter, Snohomish outscoring Oak Harbor 15-4. And the Panthers lead this one 26-10 here on STSPN.com. Stay with us. We'll be back after the break and have the second half of action right here.
Come with us. The new generation. The next level. Sending it big.
You're in for a good run. Let's go.
Come with us to the track, to the trails, to the slopes, to the surf, to the fight, to the race. Look at this! To the 4 a.m. starts, training harder, pushing further, hitting back, hard. To the fans, to the followers, and the haters. Come with us to the blood, to the sweat, and the broken bones. Cue rehab. We never quit. We never give up. We take control. To the world titles. To the world's first. The world's best. Come with us. We're just getting started.
It's going to be so much fun. I promise you.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back. And, you know, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
Here on the team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boat.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
All right, folks, we're going to the second half. Thanks for tuning in on STSPN.com. Again, our presenting sponsor is Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing since 1954. You know, that's almost 70 years. And they've done a lot of right things there at Les Schwab. Mark Aucutt with you. It is 26-10 as Snohomish is leading now. Oak Harbor in their purple and white uniforms will go from left to right. Snohomish with their white uniforms, red numbers and trim and letters, and some black on the Panther on the back there. They are down there on the right side. Yep, look at that. Now, we've seen Oak Harbor throw a lot of those up. They were outscored by Snohomish 11-6 in the first quarter and 15-4 in the second quarter. So Snohomish sitting with their biggest lead of the game right now at 16 points and definitely in charge of this one. Oh, that was just perfect. Jada Andreessen buries the three ball, now 29-10, as Snohomish keeps building up the gap early in the third quarter.
That was brutal.
That was something. Pat Kaminsky, Mike McFadden, and Jeff Sataris are your officials out there on the floor, a veteran crew. I said, Todd, we'd only say nice things about them, which is because they're only going to make great calls tonight. I haven't seen a bad call.
No, me either.
So, and you know, the thing is, unless, and that's going to go chased down now by Kendall Hammer. Look at this, almost. Snohomish shooting, when they shoot the ball, look good. I mean, even if they miss the shot, their form, their release at the apex of their jump, everything looks really good for the Panthers.
So I've got our phone number on the bottom of the screen there.
Yeah, you were pointing to something there. What's up?
Well, we've got the playoffs coming in. We can always use the extra help. We're going to be for the championships, 4A and 3A, and plus the semifinals. So if you want to get your business noticed, there you go.
That is the exact point right there. You can get on board your business. The phone number's right there. Call and leave a message. I take it you've got it on message right now because you're here doing this. But
well, if they called me right now, I'd pick it up.
You'd pick it up.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. Call right now. Operator is standing by.
That's right.
There's a steal and a basket. Bayla Stitch, who now has 6 points. She had all 4 of the previous points in the first quarter. Snohomish is up by 19 again at 31-12, and it's not looking good for Oak Harbor.
It's not looking good for my tripod.
Uh-oh, you be careful with that. Oh, your handle came off. Now you're going to have to stand up. You're going to actually have to get some exercise move, unless you're going to hook it up there. So if you see some things moving around here a little bit, Todd is getting into position to make the camera work from a different angle. But you will not miss any of the action out there. Oak Harbor has the basketball. 2:09 into the third quarter. We got a grabbing foul away from the ball. That is going to go against Tyler Gildersleeve Steins, her second foul. First team foul in the second half against Snohomish. Snohomish had 3 in the first half, and Oak Harbor had 2. Oak Harbor had 9 turnovers in the first half, and so did Snohomish. So there was a number of turnovers, especially early on. These teams took a while to really find their groove. Oak Harbor really still hasn't found their groove, but at least things have kind of smoothed out for them a little bit as far as ball handling and turning the ball over. Like in that first quarter, it was pretty brisk. Snohomish doing a marvelous job working that ball around. That's a tough miss right there because they did a great job of getting the ball into Tyler, and she just didn't squeeze the trigger on it. However, the Panthers will get possession of the ball on the left baseline as they get set to inbound. Again, tomorrow night we are at Everett High School. First round action between the Everett Seagulls and the Snohomish Panthers boys basketball. Panthers almost had a chance of getting another pop at it right there. I think we got a reach. Yeah, that looks to be the case. That would be on Bayla Stitch. Her second foul, second team. Coming in for the Panthers, Cora Larson. Larson was simply magic in that first half. Cora had a three-pointer in the first quarter, 2 3-pointers in the second, and her shot over on that left side of the arc just looked great. 31-12. That's the name of the upcoming Rush album, right, Todd? Not 21-12.
I want to thank the players for keeping it at one end of the court while I fixed that.
You know, that was really – we should have had a camera on you fixing it.
That would have gone viral.
Yes, it would have. There is a move inside, and we got a travel call against Oak Harbor. So this is their first turnover of the second half and 10th turnover of the game. Leading scorer for Oak Harbor is listed Suki Warden, averaging 12 points and also 6 rebounds per game. Gianna Alcarez Carter averages 6 points but leads the team averaging 9 rebounds per contest. Out of bounds, and now Oak Harbor will bring a new player, and this is Lauren Mars. She saw some action in that first half. Michaela Smith-Day will exit the Oak Harbor lineup. Oak Harbor's also got some gold in there in their color scheme. Kind of like the white over the top there, over the shoulders. Off to the left side that time as the Wildcats will board it. Coming out of backcourt now, and Panthers up by 19, a very comfortable lead. And the big thing, anytime you have a big lead, especially as you build it early on, you just don't want to lay on it and get complacent. You got to keep battling, just like we see right there from Tyler Gildersleeve Steins. Haven't seen her sister, Brooklyn Gildersleeve Steins, in yet. Over on the left side. That's not a bad shot if you can get it. Take it. She was open to a slight degree. Panthers now down to 10 on the shot clock. Pull-up jumper mid-range at the foul line comes out. 4 minutes now to go in the third quarter. That's going to be out of bounds. She could not save it. It'll go with Snohomish now. Grace O'Donnell is back in for Oak Harbor, and she will replace Gianna Alcarez Carter. Basket is good. And so there you go. It's 33-12. 3:46 to go, third quarter action. Oak Harbor in the front court now, and Snohomish in full command. Oh, my goodness. Might be that hoop. We saw a couple roll out like that for Snohomish.
I think they better
Foul is
check
going to be on Jada Andreessen, her first third team. No team fouls as of yet for Oak Harbor with 3:39 to go in the third quarter. And Snohomish about to sub in Catherine Green. Here she comes. Green is going to give Tyler Gildersleeve Steins a rest. And the Panthers up by 21 points at 33-12.
Up by 21.
All right, up by 21.
Right, and then the lowest score is 12, so 21-12. Yeah. That's a stretch.
Wow, but nice work on your part. Out of bounds it goes. Snohomish turns it over for the 10th time, so those are even. For Snohomish, their leading scorer is Tyler Gildersleeve Steins. No surprise there. 11.5 points per game. well, wait a minute. Jada Andreessen's at 14, but Gildersleeve Steins also averages 9.5 rebounds per game. We've certainly seen that skill here tonight. Good block as the ball's knocked out of there. Snohomish is tough on both ends. Well, I was saying earlier in the broadcast, talking with Ken Roberts, as we did early in the season, or we have through the years, because he's been here over 2 decades, is that Snohomish, and he says, I like it when the school year ends for these girls, that they can take and have a break. We got a turnover. We got a foul. That's an offensive foul against Oak Harbor.
What did they do, step across the line? Or?
No, somebody was pushing around away from the ball. That's going to go against A.J. White, her second foul, and the first team foul. But he says, I like them to take a break, get to spend time with their families, just decompress from sports. Because, some of these girls will play something in the spring, too. And or not all of them, but some of them. And then in the fall, some are playing volleyball or perhaps girls soccer, things like that. And he says, and that's why in the fall, Todd, sometimes Snohomish is a little slow to get started, and it just keeps coming together throughout the season, as we've oftentimes seen.
Many times.
Yeah, many times. And their trips to the state tournament, and I think Ken's had trophies at least 11 times, and I think perhaps more.
Yeah, you
2
never
shots
want to bet
coming.
against him.
No, and the deeper they get into the tournament, look out. They just, and especially Snohomish fans travel really well. Fouls on Green, her second, 4th team foul. O'Donnell at the foul line. She had 2 points in the first quarter. First trip to the line for Grace. Oak Harbor's 5 for 5 from the stripe. Checking back in will be Gianna Alcaraz-Carter. Also out there, Haiti Hurtado. In for the Panthers will be Bayla Stitch. Next one coming up, she's almost doing some crossover dribbling there at the foul line. That's too hard, yeah. You can see that on the release. Well, so is that. You just don't need to throw it up there. There's no clock at that point that you have to rush to beat. That's going to be a foul against Snohomish. Now, this one goes against Tyler Gildersleeve. No, that goes against Catherine Green. So for Green, that is her 3rd, 5th team foul. Oak Harbor will inbound on the right baseline. Here they go. Yeah, moving it around. That looked good. That looked really good by Haiti Hurtado. She's now got 5 points. That's her first field goal. Only other points came in the second quarter when she hit 2 foul shots. 2:07 to go. Third quarter, Panthers by 17. Their biggest lead has been 21. Throw it away. Oak Harbor with the ball. Use your head here. That pop goes the weasel on that one. It will be a foul. There was a straight block on the ball, but looks like on the follow-through there was a foul, so there's going to be 2 shots. The foul is going to go against Bayla Stitch. That is going to be her 3rd foul and the 6th team foul. At the foul line for Oak Harbor is Lauren Mars. Oak Harbor now 5 for 6 from the line, make them 6 for 7. Kind of cutting into that Snohomish lead.
Hey, Mark,
hold on,
fact.
let's get this sub in here. Kendall Hammer in for Snohomish. So is Tyler Gildersleeve Steins. And they are replacing Catherine Green and Brooklyn Gildersleeve Steins. Yes, sir.
We're going into our 14th year.
It's music to our ears. When I first met you, I remember it was at Jackson High School. She made both foul shots. This was over a decade ago, at least.
Yep.
And I'm just going, okay, this guy wants to do this. And I was doing radio and had been for some time with KRKO. And, so, well, we'll see how this goes. Well, we've seen how it goes. And one of the great things, how dedicated you've been, and put anybody else who I know of that does what you do to shame. And your technological improvements every year and within the year have just been amazing to take what you do to a network quality.
Yeah, it's just
there's
so much
a 3-pointer, Kendall Hammer, and she's hit 2 of them. So Snohomish has it up to an 18-point lead at 36-18. And seriously, if people just watch this and see the level of coverage and the cleanness, like tonight we're on 4K, and whenever I see you, especially as we get deeper into the season, and you get that look on your face, and I know that you've just purchased something that will enhance what we're doing, and it's been great. And I know Tom feels the same way, so does Steve Willits, Scott, all of our broadcasters.
I think there's a little bit of competition sometimes trying to do the play-by-play.
Well, you know what? That's healthy competition.
It is.
Sienna Capelli is back in for the Snohomish Panthers. Haven't seen much of her tonight. Oh, sure. We all want to do a great job for you and for our audience, obviously. But amongst ourselves, announcing is a rather competitive field. But you can do it with grace or you can do it the other way.
Yeah, no, it's almost like therapy. You come here every night and do these games, and you see these kids, all the energy they have. It's just a lot of fun.
It is. It is like therapy. Grace O'Donnell called for the foul, her first second-team foul. We've got Tyler Gildersleeve-Steins at the line, misses the first shot. Snohomish is now 2 for 3 from the line. They have not attempted any until now. Substitutions, Suki Warden is in the game for Oak Harbor. And also back in is Gianna Alcaraz-Carter. One more shot coming up for Tyler. Somebody's having a meltdown near us over there.
She's having a lot of fun over there.
I guess. So both are misses. And Snohomish up by 18, but you don't want to slack off. I don't see that happening at all, really. Not with the Ken Roberts coach team. Oh, almost. Just take more time. Take more time out there. Snohomish rebound outlet. Here they come. Shot clock is off, and they got plenty of time to work for a shot. There you go. Came out, but that was not bad thinking. Look at Tyler Gildersleeve-Steins go after that basketball. 2 seconds, one, and that's the end of the third quarter. At the end of 3, Snohomish is leading 36-18, and in that quarter they outscored Oak Harbor 10-8. We'll be back with the fourth and final quarter after this timeout on STSPN.com.
It's like a loop machine. Going around town, trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Welcome back here. It's 36-18 as we go to the fourth quarter at Snohomish High School. Again, thank you so much for being a part of our broadcast on STSPN.com, High School Basketball Worldwide Live, presenting sponsor Les Schwab Tires. Also, we'll have the selection of the Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game, which we're starting to formulate right now. Snohomish would be the leader for getting that award. It's just a matter of finding the right player we want to hand it off to. So you got Adrenaline Fundraising as one of the sponsors. There's a steal by Snohomish. Great pass ahead. Yes. Jada Andreessen now with 7 points. Snohomish is up by a total of 20. Their biggest lead has been 21 at 33-12. That defense, spectacular. Look at that steal. 6 turnover for Oak Harbor here in the half. They have 15 in the game. Snohomish has 11, just 2 in the half. And Snohomish definitely in the driver's seat right now and have been throughout most of this game. Bingo. Sienna Capelli connects. We got a quick timeout already. Snohomish has their biggest lead of the game at 41-18. Oak Harbor wants a timeout. 7:04 left, fourth quarter, STSPN.com. Okay, welcome back. 41-18 is our score. And we are in the fourth quarter. I'm Mark Aucutt with Todd Elbig. Again, let's touch on some more of our great sponsors. And we appreciate it if you check these businesses out. American Family Insurance, Sally Petty Agency, that's in Monroe. McDaniel's Do-It Center in Snohomish. Bickford Ford in Snohomish. Great sales and service. Todd, you got that beautiful 2022 F-150 Coyote, which I drool over every time I come in. And I understand they got more ordered right after you got.
They did.
They had demand for them, so they're beautiful trucks.
Yeah, I washed it just for you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And thanks for letting Susan and I ride in it earlier.
Yeah.
There you go. And what a great long-running jokes we have here. 41-18 as Oak Harbor coughs it up. And Snohomish working to go in. So that's a good hand in there. A nice steal. Oak Harbor with a player reaching in like that. Coming through that time was A.J. White. But time is the factor here. Snohomish up by 23. And A.J. does it on both ends of the court. She had 2 points in the first quarter, both on foul shots, and then comes through right there to make it a 21-point game. Snohomish looking to move forward if they keep doing what they're doing. You get a couple, 3 minutes into the fourth quarter with a lead like this, and it gets to be insurmountable. That's just great ball movement. Tyler Gildersleeve Steins from Jada Andreessen. Great teamwork. Back to a 23-point lead. Ball nearly out of bounds. Now thrown away. Snohomish will get it. Snohomish matching their biggest lead of the game at 23 points. Oak Harbor just having trouble staying with the Panthers. Now off the rebound, the Wildcats will blast out of backcourt. Tight defense there, forced her to adjust the shot. We do have a shot called, or a foul called after the shot, or as the shot was in progress. Yeah, she's going to get 2 shots. That foul is going to be on Jada Andreessen, her second foul, 7th team foul. So Snohomish hitting the bonus mark as Oak Harbor will have foul shots unless it's offensive the rest of the way. 5:39 to go in the fourth quarter. And that first one is good by Suki Warden. Suki now has 3 points in the game. Oak Harbor is 8 for 9 from the foul line. Another one. They're a good foul shooting team. Now 9 for 10 as they sub out. Suki's going to come out, and Lily Grubbs will come back in for Oak Harbor. Panthers ball up by 21. Just taking a look at how this starts to line up here as we go through the brackets. Inside, that's going to be 2 shots. Tyler Gildersleeve Steins is going to have the 2 shots coming up.
Well, all I know is that we're going to be at the championship, so if you want to get your business in front of these fans, here you go.
That foul is on Gianna Alcaraz-Carter, her second, 3rd team foul. Tyler Gildersleeve Steins having trouble with the foul line. She's 0 for 3. Does have 10 points. So tonight, with this game, that's way off. Well, just a sophomore, I think that's something she's going to be working on. Got to get those foul shots down because with the way she plays, with her height and ability to do such great things inside at 6 feet, and she may not be done growing yet, she's going to get fouled a lot. There it is. 8 points for Bayla Stitch. She spread it out nicely through the game. Snohomish back to a 23-point lead at 45-22. Here comes Oak Harbor into front court now. Good job shutting her off. Forced to go outside. Less than 5 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Got a push off, looks like before the shot. That goes against Snohomish, their 8th team foul. The foul is going to be whistled against Sienna Capelli. And we got 1 and 1. Going to the line with the 1 and 1 is A.J. White. Now let's work our way to Snohomish. So tonight, playing right now, you've got Monroe and Mount Lake Terrace. I got a score at halftime, and it's Monroe leading Mount Lake Terrace 25-19. The winner will play coming up in 2 days. That first shot is good by A.J. White. now has 5 points, 3 for 3 from the foul line.
What game is that, 44? What game is 44 on there?
44. No, these are like, 44. That actually would be the 4A girls we're thinking about. No, this one, let's just, we'll get through this here. And so 1 shot made. No, that this is game number A. So game number D is Monroe and Mount Lake Terrace, with Monroe leading by 6 at halftime. We just got that report, where our good friend Steve Willits is doing PA, and another good friend of mine, Laura Sigurdsson, is doing the book down there. She's the one that fired the score off me. But Willits is too busy. You know, he's signing autographs.
Oh, yeah.
That whole thing.
He's the mayor.
Oh, yeah. He's the mayor of Mount Lake Terrace. I've told him that. Oh, wow. Yes, indeed. Jada Andreessen now has 10. She's only 4 off her average. Snohomish now with their biggest lead, 48-23, and that is with 4:17 to go. This looks like it's going to the Panthers for sure. All right, so let's go down this route here. So coming up in 2 days, it would be the winner of Monroe Mount Lake Terrace against number 1 seed Arlington. Monroe is a number 9 seed. Mount Lake Terrace is a number 8 seed. Also tonight, you've got 12th-seeded Shorecrest against 5th-seeded Meadowdale. The winner of that game will play against Linwood, 4th-seed team. That is also 2 nights from now, coming up on Friday. And then the other one, this is game number B on the play-ins, would be going on at Ferndale up the road. Number 10 Shorewood against number 7 seed Ferndale. The winner of that will play against number 2 seed Stanwood, and that game will be on Friday night. And then our game, you've got 11th seeded Oak Harbor as the ball's out of bounds. 11th seeded Oak Harbor here against number 6 seed Snohomish, and the winner will play on Friday at number 3 seed Everett. Now that game is number 1. The Stanwood game's number 2. The Linwood game's number 3. And the Arlington game would be number 4. Because you're going to 8th. Oh, look who's here. The future EMT has entered the building.
She must have got out of class early.
Your daughter is here. And a turnover. Now, if you look at the 4A tonight, the 2 games taking place, that would be game number 43, North Creek at Kamiak. That's going on right now. And also number 44, Mount Si at Inglemore. And then a whole slew of them coming up on Friday.
Yeah, Friday we have Glacier Peak versus number 44.
Yep, that's right. Out of bounds. Just a matter of the final score now in this one. Re-entering the game for the Panthers would be Brooklyn Gildersleeve Styles, and another player in, Catherine Green. Around the horn they go. Snohomish with the ball. They're giving Tyler Gildersleeve Styles a rest out there. Underneath, that's going to be an offensive foul. Looks like it at least. Let's see what the indication is. Or just out of bounds. I think it's just out of bounds. Oak Harbor running out of gas at this point. 48-23 the score. Tristan Criswell is in. And Snohomish in front court now. Panthers up by 25, their biggest lead of the game. And we're looking at Tyler Gildersleeve Styles coming up as our player of the game. That would be number 34 for your lovely daughter to go down and get. So
she must be out of school early.
Yeah.
You know, I have her taking that class just to keep me alive.
That's a good idea, and that would be 2 of us.
Yeah.
After what I ate on the way up, not a bad idea to have her around. Of course, once we tear down the gear, we have a foot race to our vehicles who sees who can get there first and not collapse.
Yeah.
Oak Harbor. No, it's good to get the exercise. I walked the Pooches today, and, man, did that feel good. Long walk. Stolen away. Oak Harbor just keeps stacking them up.
was all that? Travel? Yeah.
Traveling called against Snohomish, their 5th turnover of the half, 14 in the game. Panthers going to make a sub. And player in now for the first time. Let's check and see this. She's on the playoff roster. Number 12 out there, Brenna Yalowicki. Brenna Yalowicki.
You said number 34?
And they're pulling out the starters. Giving these young ladies a chance to play out there, which is great.
You said number 34?
Yeah, 34 is going to be Tyler Gildersleeve Stiles. I might have said Steins earlier, but it's Stiles. Going the other direction. And a foul. 2 shots coming. Again, just winding things down. That's going to go against Cora Larson. For Cora, that's her first foul. 9th team foul. And shots coming up here. 2 shots. Short on the first one by Lily Grubbs. Lily has not scored in this game. Also, Snohomish is going to bring in another player. And that is Morgan Sweet. Morgan Sweet will replace Cora Larson, who's had a great game. Morgan Sweet is a junior. Yalowicki is a freshman. Snohomish has 3 freshmen on their roster. Basket is good. And coming into the game will be Gianna Alcarez-Carter. So if you're looking at those freshmen for Snohomish, Brenna Yalowicki's out there right now, but also Sienna Capelli, a freshman, is a starter. And Kendall Hammer also starting tonight as a freshman. Again, this team is young and good. They're working on getting to great, which comes with the way they play and the discipline they use. Ava Kendall out there as well. Stolen away.
Oh, there's a travel there.
Traveling called. Wow, Oak Harbor's really stacked up the turnovers. 13 and a half, 22 in the game. Snohomish with 15, 6 and a half. It is a 24-point lead. So we'll have the presentation of the Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game to Tyler Gildersleeve Stiles coming up at the end of this one, once we take a break. We got another foul. This is where it slows everything down. You know, this game, it's only 8-10. This game has really flown by. That foul is going to go against Grace O'Neal. That is her 3rd foul. And 2 shots coming up for Ava Kendall. Kendall, nice rainbow lands in there.
You got some younger players in there now, too, so a lot of times they have a little bit of a judgment issue.
Oh, yeah, but it's so great to get them in there.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to get them in there.
You do. It pays off big time as you go along. 26-point lead for the Panthers, their biggest of the night, as Oak Harbor comes into front court. Wildcats with the ball, and down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. We'll just kind of let the video tell the story right here. And a foul. I'll read some more sponsors. Gene Johnson Plumbing. You see the GJ trucks all over the place.
You do.
Seattle, North Seattle on up to here.
I happen to know the manager there in North Seattle.
That is, and now, oh, great. Would it also be in Elvig?
It would be.
He is the manager in North Seattle. He's climbing the ranks fast. Your kids are all doing great. You got him there, and then you've got, is it Jake? Josh is your oldest, right?
Yep.
And he's there as a manager rising up the ranks with Gene Johnson Plumbing in North Seattle. Your other son, I believe, is just off Mercer at NanoString. Is that correct?
He is. Taking apart DNA.
That's incredible. And, again, we got the foul there. That goes against Brooklyn Gildersleeve Stiles.
And then my favorite child.
The one over to your right. And she is studying to be an EMT. So you and the lovely Susan, your wife, have done a great job of preparing 3 young people to be successful in the world.
Accountability.
Accountability. That is an Elvig fan. You walk in the house, you see it hanging from the ceiling. One word: accountability.
I can say this now because they're all out of the house, but
yeah,
they're always within 10 seconds of getting a smack.
and you mean a big kiss?
Oh, yeah,
on,
that's
on the
right.
side of the
Yeah,
cheek. We
that's
don't want
right.
we don't want to promote
We
violence
love you.
here.
Yep.
Okay, the basket is good for Layla Suto, her first point of the game, cutting it to 50-26.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Careful
We're
there.
promoting love.
Yes, Airfield Espresso, a great sponsor, and you have the parachute punch from there. See, when I came up, I hit Snohomish at about 5:45. I passed by there, but it was closed already. G&S Heating, Cooling, and Air Conditioning, your good buddies who provided all that great footage, the Army and Navy. 10 seconds now. Snohomish will get it. She steps out of bounds. All right, we're winding this one down. Again, once we take the break, we'll have Tyler Gildersleeve Styles up here. O'Carver in the front court, 2 seconds, 1, way off. And Snohomish is going to win this one by a final score of 50-27. They outscore Harbor by 14-9 in the final quarter. We'll take a break, and then we'll have Tyler Gildersleeve Styles as our guest on the postgame show. She'll be up here very shortly as we award her the Adrenaline Fundraising T-shirt. Coming back with more here on STSPN.com. All right, welcome back. We have our player of the game guest here tonight, Tyler Gildersleeve Styles. I might have said Steins a couple times during the broadcast, but it is Styles. And you had a fabulous game tonight. First of all, welcome. Yeah.
Thank you.
And second of all, I love to say your name. To be able to get it all there, Gildersleeve Styles, it's fabulous. And
I love hearing it. Yeah.
Good. We were going to say it a lot over the next few years. And your sister, Brooklyn Gildersleeve Styles, on the team.
Yeah.
So you're a sophomore. She's a junior. We just noticed so quickly out the gate your presence in the game with your rebounding, blocking out, and then as the game went along, you just kept putting the points on the board too. Great performance out there tonight.
Thank you.
How did you develop to get to this point as a basketball player? When did you start playing? And what did you do to get to have the presence underneath like that?
I started playing when I was really little, like first, second grade.
Yeah.
And I just keep working on and off season and making sure that I'm getting on the court whenever I can, and just making sure I'm putting all my effort in whenever I'm practicing and getting in those trainings and all that. Just making sure I'm on the court.
Fantastic. Do you play AAU ball and or select, something like that?
I do, yeah. I played last year and I'm going to play this year summer.
Who with?
Brian Parker.
Okay. Up north here? I'm trying to remember where he's at. Where's he at?
Yeah, northwest.
Okay, cool. Well, and so you're going throughout the year. You got this year and then 2 years after this. What do you like to study? What kind of course? Do you have something favorite right now?
Not at the moment, but I really love math, anything to do with math. So
there you go.
I got a lot to choose from that.
That sounds great. And one of the things, and we were talking about this before we let you go, that Ken Roberts' team likes is that he likes to give you guys some time in the summer and such to relax, not be, demanding things and stuff. And then when you get into the start of the season, you guys are kind of gelling in that sense of, do you play in a fall sport? I should ask that too.
Yeah, I do volleyball.
You do volleyball.
Yeah.
That is a great combination, volleyball and basketball.
Yeah,
I
get
do
my
that
vertical up, yeah. Get those rebounds.
Oh, absolutely. And with that, I know I do that career-wise too with those two. But as you transition in, Snohomish sometimes or often we'll start slow. You guys lost your first 4, then start taking off like a rocket.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
I just think that he's very lenient with fall sports, and I think that's really great to let us have that freedom.
Yeah.
But as soon as we get into season, it's just him knowing that as the games go on, we're going to get better and we're going to gel more. And during winter break, like our tournaments that we do, it just really helps us gel together. And he knows that these are the games that really count.
Yeah.
So he's just really focused on this part, or this aspect of the basketball game. So I think that's really nice that he lets us do that.
It really is, and it keeps you fresh too. And then looking ahead, so you beat Oak Harbor tonight, 50-27. You got Everett coming up on Friday.
Really excited.
That'll
Very
be fun.
excited.
And we'll get a report on that. We'll see you guys as you move through the tournament, hopefully to state. Snohomish has a lot of history down at state at the Tacoma Dome. You've been a great interview. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Let's have you open that. We're going to get this on social media. And there she is, Tyler Gildersleeve Stiles, your player of the game, sponsored by Adrenaline Fundraising. And again, we've just had, so you can go ahead and give me so we'll let you get back with your team. Tyler, thanks a lot. That will not be the first T-shirt she gets.
No, it will not.
Not be the
She's
last.
amazing.
Let me put it that way. Not be the last. That is a player with a future on the hardwood and in the classroom in front of her. You know, Todd, another thing we love about doing this is getting to meet the student athletes. And we have just had some tremendous interviews this year. These kids are smart, and we better bring our A game when we talk to them. All right, folks, 50-27, the final score. Snohomish wins. Oak Harbor is knocked out. So Snohomish will play coming up on Friday, and that will be against Everett. I'm just looking to see if they have a time listed here yet. Yeah, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock on Friday night at Everett. We will be at Everett tomorrow night for boys basketball.
That's going to be a good one.
Yes, you better believe it will, as we'll have boys featuring the Snohomish Panther boys against the Everett Seagull boys. We were just there about a week and a half ago.
Love that place.
It is fantastic. We invite you to tune in. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. Mike Ladeau, my special color commentator who can join us from time to time down in the south end, will be here. Again, Todd, thank you so much. Again, I'll see you tomorrow night. Sarah Elvig and Mark Aucutt and Todd Elvig. And hi to Debbie, hi to Mom down south, hi to Susan too. And once again, final score, it was the Snohomish Panthers 50, Oak Harbor Wildcats 27 on STSPN.com. Remember, winning is for tonight, but sportsmanship is for a lifetime. Take care, everybody, and good night.